Hey, Motorman here, and I'm at Newport Richey Harley Davidson, and I'm about to take the last year for the original style Fat Boy for a little test ride. And here it is. To my eye, this was the style from 1990 all the way through 2017. The best looking Fat Boy they ever made. Granted, the new bikes are a nice looking bike. They just, to me, to my eye, my opinion, don't look near as good as this Fat Boy. This is what a Fat Boy should look like, in my opinion. From what I understand, the new ones, the Gray Ghost, they're selling like crazy. They can't keep them in stock. They had two of them here, sold immediately. They got one coming in, that's already sold. So I guess Harley Davidson did the right thing in that they decided to make an icon model look like, well, the 2018 Fat Boy. So let's take this bike out for a ride. It's only got 13,700 miles on it, which is pretty low miles for 2017. And it's in very nice shape, really clean bike. And like just about all Harley Davidsons on the used market, got some nice extras on the bike. You got the windshield, of course, aftermarket exhaust, helmet holder, and I'm sure there's some other things. So let's get it out on the road. So a little history on the last year, 2017. They had three models of the Fat Boy. They had the Fat Boy Low. They had this model, which is the standard, and it came with chrome wheels, I believe. This was the only year they did that. Solid wheels, but they're chromed. And then, of course, the Fat Boy S, which had the Screaming Eagle motor, the 110. As far as the looks of them, other than the little bit wider tire that I think they put on in 2014, if I'm not mistaken. The fenders, tank, everything else is very similar to the original 1990 model. Now this has got the twin cam 103, tried and true motor, plenty of power. I believe they put out somewhere around 80 horsepower and over 100 foot-pounds of torque, or pounds-feet of torque, however you want to say it. I always loved the styling of this bike. To me, it was just classic Harley Davidson. And I know there's a lot of people say, well, how did they get the name? And there's some people say, well, it was a combination of the atomic bomb in World War II, the Fat Boy, or Fat Man and a Little Boy. May be true, I don't know. According to what Harley Davidson says, and they claim that it was just because the bike was fat. It looked fat. That's what Willie G said, and they decided to call it the Fat Boy. This one sits about an inch higher than the Fat Boy Low, front and rear. So you got a little bit more ground clearance. I think it had about a 27-degree lean angle, which is plenty for a cruiser. Both the Fat Boy S, the performance model of the three, and the Fat Boy Low had considerably less lean angle for styling only. To me, it's barely noticeable, the fact that the Low and the S had a little bit lower profile. But whenever you do that, lower the bike, of course, you're going to limit the lean angle. Not a great deal, with just an inch. But if you like to ride spiritedly, I think, yeah, that's it, spiritably, winding mountain roads, stuff like that, yeah, it could, you could get slightly annoyed with the lower ground clearance of those two other bikes. This one should be fine. But you know, the cruisers aren't made to be canyon carvers. but of course you can do that. You can carve canyons with it. You just got to keep in mind that you could run out of lean angle. Now the good thing on the soft tail models, when the floorboards hit, you can still lean it over quite a bit before you're in danger of leveling a tire off the ground, and that's because of the way the floorboards mount. On the touring bikes, the floorboards start to fold up, but then you go a little bit more, and yeah, those mounts are going to hit the ground. By the way, this is our beach here in Pasco County. It's a private beach. It looks very nice. It's actually man-made. They have to put the sand in every once in a while because there's little islands out there that catch the sand, the good sand, and it keeps deteriorating. So they keep putting more and more sand here. But they've been doing that for, I don't know, 40 years. So very shallow water here. You could walk out about a half mile before it's 6 feet deep. But getting back to the motorcycle, this, as I said, is the last year with this style Fat Boy, and I think probably the best year. ABS with standard equipment. Bike handles very well. Got a low center of gravity, low seat height. I think it's somewhere around 26 inches, so just about anybody is going to be able to flat foot this bike if that's your worry that you have, not being able to flat foot it. And of course, it makes it easier to back up the bike when you can flat foot it. Of course, I try to find, whenever I park, places where I don't have to back up the motorcycle. But if you're in the market for the classic style from 1990 to 2017 of the Fat Boy, well, hustle down at Newport Richie Harley Davidson, tell them Motorman sent you, and take this bike for a ride. It's got, like I said, 13,700 miles on it, which is nothing really. It rides beautiful, handles great, it's got plenty of power. And it's not going to break the bank. I don't remember offhand what their asking price is, but I'm going to post it on the video so you'll know. That's Newport Richie Harley Davidson. Tell them Motorman sent you. And thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. And take my advice, if you want a Fat Boy, get the last year for the original styling of the Fat Boy, the 2017 model. I don't think you'll regret it. Please subscribe, comment below.